The crazy thing is right now, Marjorie Taylor Greene's like the most sane, well, I guess now ex-congressperson.
Right.
Like, I mean, she got burned pretty hard, and I know she's got a bone to pick, but she's the only one like really speaking any truth to power at all, which is insane to me.
It's funny when this machine that you hype up so much comes after you, you start to wake up. Wild.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Jordan from Back Society here. Do me a favor and click that subscribe button below and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a single episode. Now, back to grinding.
So Chris, give it an update on the situation on Europe. How's Europe feeling right now?
Oh man, it's tense out here. It's tense. And I mean, really at the end of the day, everybody just reading the news and just, being like, this Greenland stuff's a little sketch.
A little sketchy.
Sketch.
What are they saying about Greenland?
So all right, so I think we should go back to the Maduro stuff, right? Like,
Yeah.
right, we go in.
How crazy was that, though?
First and foremost, don't fuck with Delta Force. Like, those guys are the real deal.
Can we? But hold on. Can we say like that is probably the most gangster of the gangster thing I've ever? I mean, like, to me, I'm like, bro, that's like if I was any other president in like a different country, every time I hail a helicopter, I would feel paranoid.
You would hit the deck.
That was crazy. They were in and out like so fast, dude.
Well, that's their job, right? Like it's their.
They did it to perfection. That is crazy. And
that's their job. That's what they train for, man.
But dude,
here's the thing:
guy couldn't even get it into his safe room. He threw his wife at the Delta Force, said, "Take her. I'm gonna make it to my safe room." It did it. Like, how crazy is that?
Did he really do that?
No, I don't know if he really did that, but
did you see the drawings of her in the courtroom? She got bandages all over her. It kind of sounds like that's what happened. I mean, these guys have been doing this for 20 years, right? In Afghanistan and Iraq, like they're trained killers, bro.
Right.
I mean, it's a little bit different. Nobody's saying that the operation wasn't insane.
Yeah,
surgical.
Yes, it's surgical, insane,
but at the same time, that's what we kind of come to expect from Delta Force.
No,
they should be doing that.
No,
they should be doing that.
Because Chris hit a great point. We've been doing that for 20 years. I can't see Russia doing that or China doing that. When's the last time China's ever done like an operation or something like that? So that's why
China and Russia can't really do what we do either internationally. It's only us that can get away with doing things like that.
We have the only military that's global. Like we are the only global,
It's not that they can't do it, it's just they can't do it like us.
No, it doesn't matter about internationally or anything. It's like, bro, I don't think they can compete.
No, dude, these guys are trained killers. These guys are the best. They are elite. They are elite.
The elite of the elite.
Yes.
Bro,
they're the best in the world.
We all know why they did it. It was for the oil. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
100%.
He kind of said it like the whole time.
But dude, to me, I was like that is like something from like The Godfather or like some type of we're just gonna go and take what you got, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
they did this in the 90s against Noriega, right? Like, this is not like unprecedented, but it's unprecedented in recent memory for sure.
Dude,
obviously, I think the Bin Laden raid as well is up there.
But I mean, like, they got this guy alive. They killed Bin Laden. You know what I mean? Like, they went.
You know why?
No, I don't know why.
Because it was the Navy SEALs and not Delta Force.
Right.
Navy SEALs
did all the
shoot and ask questions later. Yeah, and then you can't write a book if somebody's there to contradict your story.
And there was 5 people that shot Bin Laden.
I mean,
there was like 5 different people that claimed that they're the one that killed.
Now it's come down to like 2.
Do not make fun of my podcast force, okay?
Yeah. No, dude. I mean, the operation itself was just flawless.
Genius. Yeah,
those guys are the best. And this is what I really hate about what like Trump and like people in the administration are like, oh, the military is great again. It's like, brother, they never lost a step. Like these elite guys, they've been doing it. They do it well. Like this is not an 11-month turnaround. All of a sudden, they're like badasses. It's just you're putting them in positions, and honestly, I think if let's say somebody else was president and Delta did something like this, it would not have been as politicized.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a really big light being shined on these guys, and they're probably uncomfortable with it, you know?
I think they did it to scare everybody because, like, bro, you think you're untouchable? Nah, we
It's
nah.
not only that, they did
See
it
how
on the
fast they
same
did
day they
that?
were
Nah.
supposed to, like, do something with Epstein too, which didn't happen.
Oh, man, I'm getting, like they're doing a lot of stuff to cover a lot of stuff. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Like,
But
this
then
is all, like, for like, I feel like a lot of these things are just, like, is ego-driven and clout-driven.
Yeah, but I mean, as soon as the midterms come up, then the Epstein thing is gonna just take over.
I mean, how many times are they gonna I mean, not unless they keep flooding the system like this. That's the goal, you know?
But
People
as
aren't
soon
talking about Epstein right now. There's so much
no,
going on.
but as soon as the midterms, like he said, like the president said, if we don't win the midterms, I will be impeached. And that's what's gonna end up happening because as soon as the midterms come up, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, you remember Epstein, right? Yeah, that's why he's gotta go. That's
I
why he's gotta go."
I don't know. I mean, we could be by the time that happens, we could still be talking about Greenland. We could still be talking. I bet if he's really desperate, he'll just, give everyone a check.
I
I
will
feel
take
like
Oh,
he's
that
yeah.
not
check
above
and
that.
still take the check and still vote him out. You know what I mean? Hey,
I
thank
mean,
you.
that's what I did in 2020, but, like,
Yeah,
still.
I mean, you're like, "Hey, thank you for the check for all the trauma that you done to us, but peace." But
Bro, it's it's
he's
chaos,
done.
man. Yeah,
It's
I don't see them winning the midterms, man. I think they're going too hard in the paint, and they're
They
just
they have to. I mean, dude, they have to. They have to pull out all stops, dude. Like we
yeah.
said this earlier, like through the whole year, he is like, there's really not many people that support him, unless you're like brainwashed to the
dude,
core, like
dude,
Matt.
Yeah.
they channel not only okay, so they have two ways to gauge their support. It's internal polling. Obviously, the internal polling is probably not good if they're flooding the airwaves and doing all this hard in the paint shit. But their second, and feel like they get most of their information is just Twitter.
Yeah, they live in a complete echo chamber.
Yeah, look at the photos when they were doing the Delta Force raid. They had TVs behind them. Was just Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. That's right. I remember you saying that. But yeah, we already know that they're out of touch. We know that.
yeah.
That's why, and I think they're grasping the idea that they know that they're out of touch and that nobody wants them there.
I think they
Like,
have their internal polling and they're looking at Twitter and they're trying hard to square the difference. They're trying to
Yep.
figure out what's going on here. Like
Yeah, why is this
everyone
guy
in
getting
Twitter
so
loves
many
us.
views? Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, hold on though.
it's
That dude, the way that they took that guy though, man, that was crazy,
It is
dude.
crazy, but like at the same time,
Crazy.
it's mission accomplished all over again.
yeah, it really is.
I understand it, but I just
And
think
now
like
and now, he's already announced today that we're going to be in Venezuela for a while. What that means, who knows at this point? It could be just removing in the oil barons, by the way, who were briefed before Congress. Oil
That's
barons,
pretty crazy to me.
and not to mention all the money that we're getting from the deal with the oil is going into an offshore account. It's not going
oh,
into the U.S. Treasury.
that's not suspicious.
Well, it's supposed to be. Their rationale is that it's because it's sharing between us and Venezuela, and putting it in the U.S. Treasury would look bad, so they're putting it in an offshore account
And
controlled
you
by the
believe
U.S.
that?
I'm just saying what they're
Oh.
saying.
Oh, the offshore account, that's not suspicious.
So
That's not suspicious at all, man.
so it's just what's going on, you know?
This is what he's doing. He's trying to make as much money as possible until he is out of there. That's what he's doing. He is about to get flown out, kicked out. He went and just took over a whole country, stole their resource, which is crazy. And he is trying to make as much money possible, put it in an offshore account. Just I mean, like,
I just don't understand how we went from the peace president to no intervention. We're done being the world's police to like this is what we do now.
Dude, I know.
It's such
And
a
everyone just
180,
I
and they just
that's
all
right.
accept it. And they're like, "Of course, we're all about this." It's like, but no, you weren't.
That's
You
what
know,
I'm
this in our
saying.
hemisphere, Monroe Doctrine. I'm like, the Monroe Doctrine has nothing to do with owning the hemisphere. It had to do with European influence. It was like, you stay and you deal with Europe, and we'll deal with our shit. That's all the Monroe Doctrine says.
Exactly. And they're having like these, and they're posting like memes of the Donroe Doctrine of him being fucking Cecil Rhodes.
The whole thing is just
He's
mind
desperate.
blowing, man.
He's
It's mind
desperate.
blowing.
It's my thing is just like it's completely deja vu from 2003, and people who were just saying like the Democrats and all this, they were for the Iraq War, and all of a sudden they're just like, yeah, we're for that again, and it's just like
And they're like, well, this was a 2-hour war. I'm like, brother, it's just getting started. Like,
mission
know.
accomplished.
yeah, exactly. And then the next thing you know, we're in fucking Venezuela for another 10 years, you know, securing the oil fields and doing whatever.
And if that inevitably happens, the same people who are cheering this on are going to be in 10 years going like, I never agreed with this.
Yeah, I am a total anti-interventionist. It's like,
yeah, and they're going to throw
be upfront about it.
And they're going to throw up another candidate who says, I'm totally against it too. And he's going to do the exact same thing.
And then trying to like, my problem was like, one, everybody knows this is like Marco Rubio's brainchild, right? Like, he wants to get after Venezuela. Trump also has a bone to pick with Maduro after they backed Juan Guaido and he didn't, and that whole thing. I think most people admit that he's an illegitimate leader of some kind, but he's still, dude, the country didn't revolt and kick him out. So like at some point you got to say he's the leader of the country, whether you agree with his legitimacy or not.
Right.
But it's just like, just be honest about it. Don't mask it under drugs. Now they're not talking about drugs at all.
Yeah, they
It's not
dropped
even
the
in the
whole
indictment.
Yeah, they
just completely dropped it.
They said he was part of some like specific cartel, and then they just dropped it.
Soles, and now they're just like, well, and then now they're saying like, well, it's not a real cartel. It's more like a state of mind. You know, it's just kind of a vibe shift out there. And we're like, what? It's like, what are we doing? And people are just blowing past that, and they're like, well, it's out. Yeah, of course, we need to get resourcing and blah blah. It's like we have plenty of oil. We're a net exporter of energy,
dude. You log on to Twitter, and people are like, why is the left so mad?
It's crazy. Nobody cares about the Maduro. It's not the fact that Maduro was removed. It's the way you did it. I don't understand how they can't wrap their brains around that. It's the pretext. It's the precedent. Because now you're saying, hey, we'll handle our hemisphere. You know, China, you do yours. But guess what? 2 of our strongest allies, 3 really, if you include Taiwan, are in the Chinese sphere of influence. Japan and South Korea. Like, you could even argue the Philippines, maybe even Vietnam, who's becoming less communist and more Western leaning. They produce a lot of stuff that we do or, purchase. So it's like, do you really want to set the precedent for China, who you claim is our biggest adversary? You're just emboldening them.
Yeah, I mean, they could come up tomorrow with the Zero doctrine.
They're
doctrine.
definitely.
They already did. Well, I mean, they already haven't. I mean, it's the Belt and Road Initiative, right?
Yeah.
I think they're seeing how far they can go without getting pushback. Like,
no
100%.
one, everyone, like, well, it's funny you say that because everyone keeps crumbling. So I mean, like,
I'm saying, I mean, like, dude, you're gonna keep
Congress
going.
is completely inept. I mean, here's the thing: when Lindsey Graham is happy, you know you done fucked up. Like Lindsey Graham is just, prancing out there. Just gay for war. That's how he's always been.
Yeah.
His whole thing is like, hey, the president has the ability to utilize military force whenever they want in protection or defense of the country. That does not mean it's war, right? And now they're getting into what is the definition of war.
Yeah.
And I believe in, Article 2, it just says military force within a country, like another country.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, technically, did we have this conversation? Like, it's not war unless Congress declares it's war.
That's what they hide behind a lot of times, right? But it's like,
Right.
How do you define war? And that's where the War Powers Act comes in, and that's when they do all these other weird declarations. I think like they just voted today on another War Powers Act, kind of restricting.
It passed too at the Senate.
Trump. Yeah, it passed the Senate. It won't pass the House.
But
and if it does, he'll veto it. So it doesn't really matter.
Okay, but here's the thing. Like, can you take the Senate or Congress serious? Because
No.
it's like
No.
this guy's doing anything and everything that he wants to do. Like it doesn't matter if they pass it or not. He's going to do it regardless, only because he is going to push that line as far as he can go until somebody pushes him back,
And no one
and
will.
nobody
No one
and
will.
nobody
It's like
is.
it's straight up. This is straight up appeasement. Everyone's just in the appeasement phase of everything. Like
This is straight.
this is how the Third Reich rose. It's just everyone was just like, okay, you can do this. Just no more, no more. Okay,
Well,
but
well,
Dude,
you
here,
can do this.
yeah,
Oh, okay, okay, you can have that too,
and
but no more.
the reason a lot of Republicans won't push back is because a lot of them have some, political ambitions for the
yep,
presidency,
yeah.
and they want his endorsement. I mean, we'll see if they actually want it at the time because it depends on how unpopular he is at the end
Well,
of his term.
also that the
But
base is so radicalized, they'll just eat them alive.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, they'll call, but it's just crazy, man. Because like, I don't know if a lot of these people, even if they stood up to him, if they would actually lose their local elections. They might lose the Twitter support, but like at the end of the day, man, politics is all local. If your constituents, which probably aren't the most radicalized, are good with you, you'll stay in office. You
I
know what I
don't.
mean? Like,
I don't know,
it
man. Like,
depends.
I mean, I think we can all agree that MSM is clearly not what it used to be. Hasn't been for a long time. But I feel like what we replaced it with is a well-oiled rage machine. So,
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, look at like whether you believe the Minnesota fraud or not, look at what it did to Tim Walz.
I
Why wouldn't it happen to just a congressman?
this is
Tampon Tim.
But still, why it that was a whole governor. Imagine what they can do to a House representative.
but this is I think really too, it's like who controls the media, who controls Twitter, because they're able to censor and slander. And I think too, I mean, like, yeah, politics, like you said, it's all local. If you're good with your local people, then you should be fine. But I think because Trump became into office, I don't think like they have any say anymore. I think more now it's like who can garner the most attention, who is the most influential. You don't have to be into politics whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like because Trump was never a senator or a congressman. He was just a businessman. You know what
It's
I mean?
I mean,
And
our politics are completely clout based,
it's
and
all
Twitter is
clout.
a powerful,
Exactly.
powerful tool for
It's
it now.
all that's perfect. It's all clout based. Who has the most clout? And I mean, like they are stomping out anybody
Policy,
that has
campaign promises, they don't matter
any type of
anymore.
clout. I know they're like I know the big thing with like Elon buying Twitter and saying, "Oh, they got rid of all, we're being censored and all that stuff." You don't think they're censoring people?
Of course
You
they
know what
are.
I mean? Of course. Of course. If you have a bigger mouth than Trump or talk against Trump, they'll censor you, then slander you. You know what I mean? And it's just we the
Elon's kind of also on the AI slop train. He just doesn't care, bro. If it's pushing the narrative he wants to push, he's just gonna post it.
bro, oh my
Did you
god,
hear
I watched
about
this
that baby mama thing that he did today?
No, what's
dude.
that?
Well, people, with the whole like Grok doing like CSAM thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So apparently Ashley St. Clair, which was one of Elon's baby
Oh, yeah.
mamas, fucking was like talking about it, saying like it's bad. People are doing this. They're making porn of me through Grok, and so she was fucking. She got her goddamn blue check revoked.
Damn, that's petty, dude.
You know what though?
Petty.
I listened to a Elon Musk podcast the other day, and he was talking about the future of AI and how like you know um people will AI will take over and people won't have to work anymore. And he was like saying, yeah, people don't have any work anymore. It's just gonna be crazy. Like he was like, it's not good if people just aren't working
No
and
purpose, yeah.
and all that stuff. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to work. I bet you like 80% of the people in America don't want to work. They want to because if you like you're taking time away from creativity or like critical thinking
Well,
or
people do want to work. People want to fulfill.
their passion.
Yeah, they want to work for their
Right.
passion, right? And
Right.
unfortunately, a lot of passion is creativity A lot of passion is art, something art based, and there's no money in it unless you're a very select elite few.
But
And
Yep.
so we're just cogs. We are
but
cogs.
when I was listening to Elon Musk explain, like this is arguably supposed to be one of the smartest people in the world, and he was explaining it, and I'm like, dude, you're either extremely out of touch or you're just dumb. Like, I
Well,
think what it's I think there has been a I am starting to see the gap. There is a gap between regular people and out of touch people.
I've said
Like
this
what
before. I've said this before. Elon is a
exactly.
genius until he starts talking about something you know.
And it's like, bro, like it's the same with like Donald Trump talking about affordability. Bro, when's the last time Donald Trump paid rent? When's the last time he went to the grocery store? When's the last time he pumped gas in his car? What does he know? What does he know what the people want? You know what I mean? Like it's the same with all these out of touch oligarchs that are just trying to dude, I we all need to come together and then just take over. But at the same time, I wanted to do that until I saw what happened in Venezuela, and then I was like, "Nope, I'm good." I'm like, "Nope, I'm good."
Yeah, dude, it's crazy out there. And then, like, with the Greenland stuff, it's like, I mean, the history of Greenland is actually really interesting. I've been reading about it a lot. And the US has tried to get Greenland multiple times.
So many
But like,
times.
here's the thing though, is like we have a treaty the with Denmark where we can put pretty much as much of our military there as we want. And we can build pretty much as much as we want there. Why not just like say we're going to I would go to Denmark and say, I want to put the minimum amount, like
Yeah.
25,000 troops there. And they'll be like, yeah, sure, that's under the treaty. Technically, we can do that. Like, why not just like leverage that treaty, put as much military as we want? Because they keep saying it's for national defense, defense of the Arctic, which is weird because they're saying Russia is also not a threat, even though that's a threat in the Arctic. But it doesn't matter. And then you don't have to pay and run a country. Like, what are we doing? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Have
And
you ever played Risk?
yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
Donald Trump is though.
you
I mean,
always
at
get
risk,
Green.
you have to have
Oh,
Greenland.
you
If you
have
have
to get
Greenland, you
Greenland.
win.
Yeah, but this is not the thing. That's not how this works. Because then there's like, oh well, there's also minerals and stuff. But like, yeah, but it's so expensive to extract them. It's not worth it in the long run because of the makeup of the island and the terrain. It's just like it's not feasible from a profitability standpoint. It's just it doesn't make any sense. And then here's the thing: Greenland's part of NATO. So if the US attacks Greenland, triggers Article 5, does the US then have to defend Greenland from itself?
I'm gonna tell you exactly what Dave Chappelle said, right? When he was acting as the president. Dave Chappelle in the Chappelle show said he doesn't care about the UN. Oh wait, no, never mind. This is about the UN, not NATO. Because the UN doesn't
Oh,
have an army.
sanction me with your army.
I got the yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care about the UN. Like honestly, it's a toothless body that means really nothing.
Yeah, really been exposed too this year.
But I
I
mean,
mean,
like
yeah.
after I'm not gonna lie though, and I know Trump wanted to do this, right? Because he said it made us look weak with Joe Biden and all like leaving Afghanistan or not attacking this or not attacking that.
He
And
wanted to leave Afghanistan.
yeah, but he said he would have done it in a different way.
He made
No, he
the
And I
didn't.
feel like
plan.
now,
He made the
but hold
way.
on though. But hold on. Now that you saw what happened in Venezuela, who 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 wants to step up? Because that's scary, bro.
No one's going to step
That
up. Absolutely no
exactly.
one. Even if he attacks Greenland, it will trigger Article 5. But the most I feel like Europe would do is just kick out Chris and the bases.
Because
Yeah,
listen,
That
that's
is the
really what would
most.
happen. Yeah.
every
We're on a plane the next day. We're getting out of here.
That's it.
everybody's barking, but he's biting. Like I mean, like, dude, I mean, after that, it's like, like
Welcome to the world of politics, man. That's
I
generally
so
what it
here
is.
I will say I have started to see, especially when it comes to the NATO and Greenland stuff, there's been a couple senators that are now like speaking out like, "Hey, this is going too far."
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like this is
yeah.
getting a little dicey. Like cuz what did like Tom Tillis was even like so Tom Tillis, who's kind of a big Trumper, like honestly, he was calling for Stephen Miller to be fired. He's like, "You obviously don't understand how this works. you need to shut your mouth and know your role. Like, literally, that's what he said.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
It's
yeah.
I mean, that's cool and all, but, like, you neutered Congress. You helped neuter Congress, my guy. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
it was
but he's on the NATO oversight, whatever. But so I think there is gonna be a line somewhere where people are gonna be like, "Hey, we're gonna have to do something." Um,
that something's now,
so
dude.
oh,
I
it was probably 6 months ago, but
because like so like I do know Venezuela is like one of the has the most oil, right, in the world. Like, yeah, one of the I think it's
they have one
number
of the
one,
biggest reserves, yeah, but
biggest
I think it's, like,
reserves.
really it takes a lot to refine it. It's not as,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
clean
because
as
their
they're making it
foundation's
sound like.
messed up, right? Because
It's
of
Yeah,
expensive
the
to refine
president.
it, but their reserves are huge.
massive, yeah.
But I remember before all of this, like China, like Russia was over there, China was over there.
I mean,
You know
yeah,
what
I
I mean?
mean, when
And,
US
and,
keeps threatening you, why wouldn't you
and
reach out to their enemies?
but and the thing is, though, it's like what they do. It's the same when we bombed Iran. What they do? You
Yeah.
don't hear anything.
I mean, there was,
You
like,
don't see
Chinese
anything.
diplomats in Venezuela when we did that.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
so
somebody was I guess I was reading too, like, they're like, "Oh, this kinda puts a hamper on Chinese oil imports." But it turns out they only import, like 5% of their oil is imported from Venezuela. It's not, like, a lot.
It's not. I mean, like, even our concession that we got, what was it, 50 million barrels
Yeah, something like that.
at market price, which is kinda weird to me because, like, we as a nation can, consume 50 million in, like, every 2 days, and not to mention market price is something Venezuela wanted to do before the Trump embargo in 2019.
the real question is, you got to follow the money. Who's getting rich off of it?
The oil companies, they
Yeah.
were the
That
ones who were briefed on it before Congress.
yeah.
They're the ones who can go in and do whatever. But also, I feel like that some of these numbers, like 50 million barrels or whatever, I think he's just making all this up. I don't. This is what they're asking for because, like, we're not on the ground there anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, we're still
it's just
seizing their tankers, so I guess maybe it's coming from there.
it's not really their tankers though. I mean, these are like illicit sanctioned tankers. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, I don't know, man. It's just it doesn't make any sense. And then they were saying like some of the Chinese ships that were like legit tankers just went right through the blockade, and they're still getting oil from Venezuela.
I mean,
How are
they
they able to just get a tanker through the blockade?
I mean, it's not a. I mean,
it's a
the ocean's fucking
submarine.
big.
I get it, but it's just like we have a lot of presence there too, and it's a
Yeah,
tanker.
but here's the thing, right?
It's
Whether
not like a stealth
everybody,
sub.
They're not gonna fuck with China though. If it's a Chinese ship, they ain't gonna touch it. Like,
but
honestly, let's
oil,
just be real.
I feel like oil runs the world right now, right? It's been like that for a while.
For like
So
100
it
years.
so it doesn't it it was the same thing, right? When I remember like when I used to like read up on like, you know, the Bushes, how I was like, I couldn't believe like how could you're an American, but you sell oil to the Nazis and stuff like that, right? They would fund both sides with the oil and stuff like that. And I mean like what
I
I
mean,
think
sorry.
what it comes down to is just us America is a globalized capital country. Capital, it's a city. We're not a country anymore. We are just the capital of the globe.
Well,
And
I mean, I mean, New York's the financial center of the world. We are the capital. Everything runs through us. That's why we're global. We're protecting trade. That is our
but
job.
but but what I'm saying is I don't think we're a country anymore. We are just the capital of the world.
Oh, we're in economic zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Uh, we are not a country anymore. We have a guy that has unpresidential powers that just does whatever he wants to do. There is no I mean, Congress doesn't stop you. The Senate doesn't stop you. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's
we
one of the
are
big
under
problems is our politicians are too entwined with capital. And
what
so as long as you give them money, you can do whatever. I mean, we're trying to acquire Greenland just by bribing its people.
what I'm saying is
And it might work.
what I'm trying to say is I feel like us American people are under a facade that there's checks and balances when there's obviously not.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people were like excusing Trump by saying the guardrails will hold, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, and now like all the all the people, all the Republicans in Congress are just like they're too close to the power, man. They're just their mouths are watering, and they feel like they're emboldened and empowered to kind of act on their worst instincts. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
And
there's no, it's almost like being in Congress. It has nothing to do with honor and like
Yeah.
serving your
Zero.
country anymore.
That's
It's
what
just about I'm close to the president. I say what the president
Yep.
wants,
yep, it's
Yeah.
and
money,
yeah,
power, and
yep,
nowadays attention,
influence, yep, and
influence,
Yep.
and
attention.
attention.
Yep.
I truly think one of the things they need to ban in Congress, like obviously stock trading's up there, but no official should be able to make money off of Twitter or YouTube. They shouldn't be able to have accounts. You know what I mean? They shouldn't be able to
Yeah.
monetize anything. I don't care if it's their personal account and definitely not their government account. Like that is insanity.
But
Yeah,
I mean, like, if you are hot, you could be on the Maxim cover page. We
I mean,
should.
that's fine.
like
Uh,
you like your
For
girl
free though.
Paulina Luna,
That's a gift to the country.
like your girl Paulina Luna. I feel
You
like
know.
that's not strong enough because like it's just going to be the same way. Like they're just going to they're just going to cause a stink, and then they're going to leave Congress and then start monetizing what
That's
they did.
fine, but
They
you're out of
still want it.
Congress.
It's the same as like people, like going on the side of lobby and then having a cushy exec job as soon as they're out. I feel like it's going to have the same problem.
here's the reality. We're under a full dictatorship. There are zero checks and balances, and that's really what it comes down to. And that we are just slaves that keeps this engine going. That's it. There's no all these people that
Congress
run
needs to
us.
just reassert its authority. It's crazy. And the crazy thing is, right now, Marjorie Taylor Greene's like the most sane. Well, I guess now ex-Congressperson.
Right.
Like, I mean,
Everybody,
she got burned pretty hard, and I know she's got a bone to pick, but she's the only one like really speaking any truth to power at all, which is insane to me.
It's funny when this machine that you hype up so much comes after you, you start to wake up. It's wild.
Yeah, yeah.
but it's like, w- dude, these people. Oh, dude, it's the people that are out of touch going against the people that are in touch, and it's just we're dealing with a full dictatorship, and it's
I
just
feel like you've lost the grasp of everything when Marjorie Taylor Greene is on The View criticizing you. Like it's crazy, dude. That would have never happened a year ago, ever. She's on The View, dude.
got Whoopi
Yeah, like, yeah, tell it, sister. It's like, what kind of
Yeah.
crazy shit reality am I in right now?
It is crazy. Like, I don't know. I feel like I need to pick up 1984 again just to get a little more context of what seems to be happening. Because I feel like
It
we're
is.
falling under with like the Twitter rage machine, the new alternative media that's basically MSN just on the other side nowadays.
It's crazy, dude.
It feels like we're slowly and Palantir happening. I feel like we're about to fall under a Big Brother system.
We
Oh,
are
dude.
under a Big Brother system. The thing is, people think that we're
And-
free, that we have choices, but we really don't.
Like, I just find it funny that the party that I used to belong to, the party of small government,
Yeah.
the party of don't trust the government, the party is I'm part of the government and I'm here to help is scary. All this, but as soon as their side, who has all the power in the world right now, just says something, no investigation, no nothing, no thinking, wholesale belief. It's
Yep.
just fact.
They don't even care about debt anymore. Like I don't know why they keep even talking about it. They're trying to now do a $1.5 trillion military budget.
I don't.
Like
I think that's a facade too. I don't think there's
Yeah,
a budget.
yeah, as they were saying, like they haven't even audited, and they're just
I
like,
don't-
okay, let's like
I don't-
almost double the budget.
I don't think there
Like,
is.
well, who's
a
paying
budget
for it?
The party of Doge over here.
It
The
does- it makes-
Doge
it
tax
makes-
cuts are paying for it, obviously.
it makes no sense. And then my favorite thing are his new tweets against like the defense industrial base and whatever military industrial complex with like Raytheon calling out these
Yeah.
guys. It's like the president should not be able to do that. Like that's insanity.
I was told it was communism. I was told it was
I thought that was
communism.
socialism, communism. Like Trump might be the most socialist communist president we've ever had. He's buying stakes in companies from he's trying to control the free market. He's
Yeah.
trying to lock down stuff, and dude, it's nuts, man.
He's
It's
also
nuts.
He
barring.
called out the military industrial complex because it wouldn't let him see the UFOs.
Is
He,
that what it is? You
That's
think
what
that's
it
why
is.
Raytheon?
he
He
also
was like, yeah,
he also was calling out like people, those companies maximizing profits just to keep their stakeholders happy instead of innovate, which is like, that's true and all, but
Hey,
pretty socialist lean there.
well,
That's
but I
a,
mean,
yeah.
like, it's
And
kind
he
of
was
crazy.
so supportive of that. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, I feel like somebody said something mean to Pete Hegseth in a meeting. He's like, I'm gonna go tell Donald on you. I'm gonna get him to tweet something.
dude, he like picked up the phone. He's like, Mom Donnie, what are we gonna do about these companies?
Yeah, dude, it kind of feels like that all of
Yeah.
a sudden. And Mom Donnie is saying that he got briefed on the Maduro situation from the White House, and people are like, "Wait, what the fuck?
Dude,
Dude,
he will do
he has infiltrated the government.
What is going on?"
dude.
And not to mention, he's gonna bar big business like BlackRock from buying up real estate. That's also kind of socialist.
Dude,
Bro.
that's what he did.
Bro.
Yeah.
It's because he said it himself. If I do not win in these midterms, I will be impeached.
Yeah, dude, they're throwing everything out there.
They are.
They have
Like a lot of this
they're
stuff was in like a lot of this stuff
It's
was like
terrifying.
in
Dude,
he is terrified.
Desperate. He's swinging the pinch. The
That
thing
internal
to the
polling
other
must be
side.
crazy.
Dude.
They got to be
Because
getting
he
crushed right
knows.
now.
You have every Fed that's doing podcasts, that has a podcast speaking about how Trump's fan base loves him. You got every news station out there being controlled by whatever, saying the things love Trump. But if you go outside and you talk to the people, nah.
That's why I'm convinced.
we're
That's
done
why
with
I'm
this
convinced.
guy.
Like Bongino didn't leave over the Epstein thing. They put a hand on his shoulder and be like, "Bro, we need you out there right now."
Nah.
He's going to war. He's going to war right
I know.
now.
He posted a GIF of him as Gladiator, dude. Battle one.
Dude.
Battle
Are you-
one.
So he's like going like these black pillars. He's like, hey, whose team are you on? Dude, he is just picking fights.
They were like, "We need you, buddy."
But here's the thing: if I'm being interviewed by Dan Bongino or I have him on my podcast, I'm not talking about anything but Epstein.
I mean, like, what, dude?
And I'm just gonna be like, brother, you sold us on this for years. You said there's this cabal, and then you came out and said, "Oh, nothing to see here, guys. Nothing to see here." He's like, I know there's nothing to see here because Cash is looking in 3 different ways. Like
that episode would never be released. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, he would be suing people. Like,
yeah,
an
the
easy way
free
to
speech
stymie.
party is awfully sue happy. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh, dude, they love it. They love it.
Bongino, whatever, he probably signed an NDA, and they were like, if you say any talked about this, we're
of course. Well, I mean, they always
exercise.
they sign an NDA, but like,
Yeah.
you could just like be like, hey, why did you say this and then say this, and like all you gotta do is like, hey, let's just talk about the gaslighting you did
The
for 4 years.
gaslighting.
You know what I mean? Like, let's just talk about this gaslighting. Like not even like what you said recently and how you just completely dismissed everything. It's just like, what are we doing here, guys? But yeah, I think they were like, Bongino, you got to go back out there, brother.
You gotta
we're
go
losing the fight. We're losing the fight.
That's exactly what happened, dude. We all thought it was Epstein, but no. They need God's strongest soldier out there.
The only person winning right now in the Trump administration is Marco Rubio. He's the only one kind of winning.
Bro,
Because he's like doing stuff. He's not going out there and saying wild shit. Like, he's toting the president's line. That's his job at the end of the day.
Rubio's been like all action, and
he's
know
all
what I
action,
mean?
and he's not getting down in like squabbly fights like JD Vance, like bitching on Twitter.
God,
you know what I mean?
He's so annoying on Twitter.
Dude, JD Vance has completely killed his chances of being the president. I don't know what he's doing.
Man, I remember I liked JD Vance.
I know you did.
I did, man. And then when I ever what was the interview when they were interviewing Zelensky or whatever, and he was,
oh yeah. You never said thank you once.
Oh, right then and there, I was like, oh can't.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
like, he's like, I'm gonna position myself as the bulldog, right? But
yeah.
if you look lately,
Still is.
JD has not been in it as much, man. It is
No.
Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio is front and center.
Yeah,
He
he's
is the mouthpiece right now.
JD is just Trump's Twitter warrior at this point.
First of all,
Yep.
Marco Rubio got delegated all of Trump's duties. You know what I'm saying? And
Him
he's
and like
going out there.
Miller.
I mean, to be honest, vice president means fucking nothing. Secretary of State is the second most powerful position in the U.S. government,
Yeah.
But
like
it-
hands down.
But it's
Hands
so
down.
crazy because like he's making moves. He's not in the camera. You don't really see him. You know what I mean? You don't really see him saying like bold claims or stuff like you said, like outlandish stuff. He's like direct, straight to the point, and then he just is on to the next. You know, he's on a flight somewhere else doing something else.
I'll admit,
You know
I
what
was
I mean?
not familiar with Rubio's game.
What do you mean?
Like, I didn't think he'd be like this.
I was always a fan of him only because he liked UFOs, but I will say this, I will say this, the thing about Marco Rubio was that when he flew to Israel to check out to see if it was a genocide in Gaza, and he said it's not a genocide, then I lost him. I kind of lost it. I was
Well, he
like,
can't because Trump
yeah,
wouldn't admit that.
he can't. He can't.
He can't say anything like that. I think
Yeah.
what you're going to see is as they start to campaign and he, resigns as Secretary of State to run for president or whatever, he's gonna. It depends on Trump's popularity
Right.
because there's gonna be there could be the thing where Trump like does like the Biden thing, like Biden did to Kamala, and was like, "You better not go against anything I did," and that tanked her campaign. Obviously, I mean, she was already a shitty candidate, but like whatever. Like Marco Rubio is either gonna have to like step up and step away. You know what I mean? Like kind of like put a little air, be like, "Hey, you know,
I mean,
whatever."
he's actually really doing it though. Like, I
Dude,
think
he's
I
situating himself to
Yeah,
be
I mean,
the nominee.
in my
Yeah.
opinion, he's the clear successor.
He is,
Yeah,
and
He
he's
is.
doing it the right way.
Yes.
everyone
He
else is a
is.
fucking joke. So
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody else is a joke. No, I mean,
they're
like,
just
this is
they're out there
100%.
just
He's
dancing
the
like
only
clowns.
one.
Yeah, Rubio's the
The
only one who
only
seems like a
one.
serious fucking administrator.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the only one that's acting an adult. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? The only
I mean-
one in that whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely went a little like he's all in, right? He's never
Yeah.
gonna push back on the president, but he knows what he's doing. He's setting himself up.
Yeah.
And like he can always come out and say, like, hey, I might not agree with everything. I gave my advice, and the president said, this is what we're doing. And I
Yeah.
did what the president, like, that's my job.
He
And he
probably
could
sized up JD Vance and was like, yeah, I got
yeah, he
this.
said, I got this. Yeah, like he's like, because here's the thing, Marco is gonna have successes to run on.
Yeah.
JD
Yeah.
Vance has nothing to run on
I mean, what has
of his
he
own
done?
doing. He's not doing anything.
He's not doing anything.
He's a Twitter warrior. That's his job.
Yeah, that's his new job. He's not on camera anymore because they were probably like the polling's like, yeah, JD just comes off as an asshole. You know what I mean? And he's picking fights where it's like, what are you doing, dude?
No, he's like
Like-
picking fights with random accounts.
What-
Do you
like, it's just sad.
But then again, like who's the big money gonna back? JD Vance or Marco Rubio?
Rubio.
I mean, obviously-
Rubio's giving them oil fields.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, Rubio can deliver on stuff. JD Vance
Yeah.
is gonna lose clout real quick.
Oh, he already lost it.
Like what and especially in the midterms, if they lose, because he's gonna be out on the campaign trail and they realize, oh, this is a losing battle, and he is a general with no wins.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all right, pivot to Marco. Marco, he might be on the campaign trail a little bit, but I think he's gonna be out there
Yeah.
pushing the president's agenda and trying to get tangible wins.
I think
He does
the
have to
collapse would be
separate
sooner
himself
than
from
that. I
Trump.
mean,
He
like
does.
the collapse is going to be sooner than that because JD is just another MAGA guy, and what's MAGA without Trump? Rubio's
Yeah.
actually a more like establishment Republican, which big money obviously will want.
Yeah.
And not to mention he's going to have the teal. So he's going to have the teal cult around him too.
That's
And-
JD.
Well, that's JD right now. I think
yeah,
eventually
yeah.
they're going to be like they're gonna back the winning horse, just like they did with Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I doubt Rubio
I-
would
I
cap Raytheon.
Yeah,
Dude, oh, that guy, oh my god, he crashed and burned, man, like,
dude,
dude,
JD, dude, he could have set himself up for such success, and
he
he
could've.
just completely
It's crazy, they were like, "Here you" they were like, "This is you, here you go, you're the next guy up," and he literally worked hard to get where he's at right now.
I know, man. He just didn't have to say anything.
Just say nothing, bro.
He
Just
didn't have
say
to say
nothing.
anything. He could
That's
just
And
go out and give some, like, decent speeches, and then when he came out, at the turning point thing, it was like, "Oh, that we are a Christian nation." I'm like, "Dude, you just lost half the Republicans there."
that's what happens, man, when your politicians are too into wanting attention, dude.
Yeah, they're just
Rubio seems above that. He's not part of that new clique that came out since like what, 2016? JD Vance is. Rubio's been in it for a while. He knows how to be a politician, he knows how to be an administrator.
yeah,
But these people
he's
who are
playing the game.
but this new Republican Party and a lot of people that came in through the MAGA wave, they're just clowns that want clout. And that's what happens when
Yeah,
you won't shut the fuck up.
yeah, they're a cloud.
and Stephen Miller, man, I think that guy's gonna be out sooner than later.
Who's
I think he's
Stephen
starting
Miller?
Like as a
I think he's
civilian or someone in the Hague.
I don't I mean, that's never gonna happen. Uh, but I really think, like, he is starting to say things, and now Marco's having to clean up some of the shit he's saying. If he loses Marco Rubio, dude, Stephen Miller can kiss his ass goodbye. I think there's one person in the administration who has his ear. Well, probably two people. It's Marco Rubio as the ear of the president, and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Dan Kane, has the ear of the president.
You know, if Rubio manages to oust Miller, when come 2028, maybe I won't do a straight ticket this time. I'm sorry. I hate straight tickets, but like it's tough not
Yeah.
to at this point.
But we
It's
don't really the thing is, we don't really know much about Marco Rubio.
I mean,
We
he's
know a
been in
lot.
it
I
for a
mean,
while.
I mean, he's been there like he's been okay, he's been in there for a while, but like he like yeah, he's in the limelight or he's in the spotlight, but he's a low key. I feel like he's extremely low key. Like I said, he's straight to the point, direct,
I think he's
moves
just
on.
I think he's a serious guy, and I think he
Yeah.
kinda take being, like he took, like, being in the Senate seriously. Um, you know, I thought he really had a true shot at the nomination in, like, 2016, um, until Trump started called him, like, Little
Yeah.
Marco and stuff, and then Chris Christie called him, like, using, like, rehashed lines and stuff, and they're like, "This robot, he just did it again, he doesn't even know he's doing it."
I
He
w-
kinda got owned a little bit.
I
Yeah,
would
but
s-
that was probably a learning experience for him.
I
I mean,
would
yeah, I
yeah.
really think it was, like, he became a kind of a different person,
Right.
right? I mean, he sat on the Senate Intelligence Committee, foreign relations. The only thing he's got going is he's kinda in that Miami thing where he's, like, wants to oust, the Cuban government, Venezuela. He's very anti-communist, very interventionist, kinda got a lot of neocon bent to him. He's probably because, like, that's where Trump's kind of falling back into a neocon
Yep.
style, foreign
Oh,
policy, and I think
that's Marco
that's because
Rubio.
of Marco Rubio.
I would
Yeah.
say I would argue that Marco Rubio is just like any politician, any establishment Republican that has been. The thing is, it's like ever since 2016, we've expected a loud show. But
Yeah.
I mean,
before that, Rubio was just like any other politician.
okay,
But now everyone's expecting. But now, since our sense of politics has been so warped, we're expecting a spectacle now.
right, I agree. I think our
I also think he actually has an ideology where Trump has no ideology.
That too.
That's a big difference.
Trump has, "I have an army, I can do what I want." That's his ideology.
Trump's ideology is whatever I say goes and whatever I think is the right move.
We are in a full-blown dictatorship right
That's
now.
crazy, bro. That's crazy,
I don't
son.
think do you think he would leave the office?
Who, Trump?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. I think he's gonna be burnt out, man. I think it's just too much.
I agree, especially on that day when he announced, like, he captured, I was like, "Man, He's extremely tired, doesn't look good, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
he's looking rough.
Yeah, he's starting to
Uh,
look rough. He's starting to show his
I
age.
and I think the other thing is, like, let's say he's like, "Yeah, I can't run, obviously, whatever," and I think the only time they'll stir up, like, him not leaving is if it seems like Marco or whoever the nominee is not gonna win, and the
Okay.
Democrats are coming back to power. That's where you're gonna see a fight
Yeah.
again about
I
against
Or
I
what
feel like
about
it's twofold. Like if the Democrats look poised to win and beat him, he would stay in, and I think it depends on how much power he still retains. Like
what
if
if
he's still like if he's pretty much like let's fast forward to 2028 and he's pretty much has what's the word plenary power. I don't think he's going to
Mhm.
give that up. But it
what
really depends
if
on what happens between now and then.
so if Donald Trump gets out of office, is there any possibility of him, like, going to jail for anything that he's done?
No,
No,
Uh,
no,
okay.
no. The
no.
Democrat Party is the most toothless thing in the world. They always have been. They don't do anything. They
But
drag their feet. They slow walk.
that's another thing for him to stay in power because
They
if
won't
he
do
was to lea
anything.
but I'm just saying if he was to leave and the Democrats do come in, they're gonna go full blown and attack him, right? They're remember
No. I think at the end of the day, like, whoever the president is at the time, it's not gonna be worth the effort
Yeah,
and, like, the black eye on the United States.
yeah,
Like, the last thing we wanna do is jail a former president. That's
yeah.
why they pardoned Nixon. It's just it's not gonna happen. He's gonna go back to Florida.
Yep.
He might get sued or tried, again in New York, or they'll try it again, but he's not gonna go anywhere. He's gonna be like, "No, come and get me. I'm in Florida."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then,
He can't
like
run again. He's old. The Democrat line is gonna be, "Let's turn the page."
So
yeah,
That's
so
what's
what
gonna be.
so what do you guys think about those plaques that he put up in the White
that's ridiculous.
It's
I
kinda
mean, the dude is
stupid.
just making the White House into, like, this gaudy, just like it's like his sense of style and taste never left the '80s.
Yeah.
Like, what's with all the gold and bullshit? Like, what are we doing, man?
I mean,
What
I feel
about
like it's all
what
part I think it's all part of the distraction, not on us, but on them. Like Marco Rubio and Stephen Miller are running the show and they're like, Trump, man, why don't you make a grand ballroom? He's like, okay, I'll do that. They're like, okay, we're gonna do this, this, and this, and they'll go on and Trump's like, what are we doing? They're like, man, we're gonna make you a triumphant arch. Isn't that cool? Why don't you go and design that?
the picture of Joe Biden and the auto pen?
Which
That's
is
crazy.
it's just funny because he doesn't even know who he's pardoning anymore. He's just signing
Yeah.
the paper.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Trump's his own auto pen. That's the thing. They just put stuff in front of him, and he's
See
just like,
guys
"Mhm. Yep."
he's like, "See guys, I'm shining it."
But it's just like the whole plaques. It's just like, oh, like the Obama plaque, like, oh, he ruined America, and Trump came in. It's like fucking African warlord shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And also, like, why are you, like, trying to, like, denigrate the office you sit in?
I know.
Like,
I
that
it
used to be, like, the whole thing was like, "Hey, at the end of the day, this is a small club of guys. Like, we kinda need to, like, have a little
yeah,
respect for each other," but
yeah,
he just doesn't see it that way. It's kinda crazy, man, like,
right, right,
I don't know.
like, like George Bush, the Obamas, the Clintons, you know what I mean? Like, even though they went into battle and stuff like that with each other, I mean, like, they were always, like,
Well,
really
who are you gonna call on for advice?
exactly, they were always really good with one another, you know?
Yeah, and
Always,
especially
like
after the fact, you're just like,
yeah,
"Damn, that shit was crazy," and they're like, "Yeah,
yeah.
I know, I tried to tell you." That's how it always goes. I guarantee you that's how those conversations are.
But dude, I mean, this guy, he's just I think, man, I just I'm just so curious to see what's gonna happen in the midterms because
Yeah,
you're right. He still has the Epstein files he's got to handle. That's never going, that's gonna see the light of day. Nothing's gonna happen to the people or
Never,
anything.
never. No
And it's
matter who's in office, it's never coming out.
you could have a potential occupation of, like, Venezuela, and depending on
yeah,
how that's going, the ballooning deficit is n this is, like, gonna be the one time where the Democrats can actually hit them on the deficit.
yeah,
And it's not even
You
just
know
like the occupation of Venezuela we need to worry about. I mean, without Venezuelan oil, Cuba will probably devolve into maybe a civil war. Who knows? There's already shit happening in Iran. Like, I don't know if you
Yeah,
saw.
there's protests.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those massive protests. Phone lines are being cut. There's reports of the Ayatollah working on a fleeing to Moscow plan, a la Bashar. So who knows? A lot can happen between now and then. And with how the internal polling is probably going, there probably will be a lot of shit between now and then.
Yeah.
Man,
It's gonna get crazy, dude. It's gonna get crazy.
it's already crazy. You're saying it's gonna
Yeah.
get even crazier?
I think it's gonna get crazier. I think buckle up. This is the next 3 years.
You know what? I think a UFO is just gonna come down and just change everything.
Save us, Xenu.
Dude, if only we were so lucky. If only we were so lucky, dude.
I don't know. If I was a higher being alien that could travel between solar systems, and I looked at this planet, I'd be like, I don't know, I wanna.
Nah, they'll probably come down and cook some popcorn.
Maybe that's what
like,
what's in the
crazy.
Epstein files, bro. Maybe Epstein killed an alien. And like the one alien who was gonna save everything, and he like put it into like a sex trafficking ring or something.
Yeah.
He called up me. Who's the
Nobody-
fucking alien?
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody talk about that, like maybe that's what happened.
Like, no one is talking about it, Scott.
You know what though? You have like in the UFO world, so you have like that movie Disclosure?
Yeah, I haven't seen
The
it
Age
yet,
of
though.
Disclosure.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so the people in the Age of Disclosure, they're all like basically they want amnesty. You know what I mean? They're coming to the public saying, we want amnesty and stuff like that because I guess they must have done some horrible things in the past or in the program or whatever. And I mean, everybody was cool with it until David Grush gave this interview and was like, dude, no, you guys don't deserve amnesty. Like he was like saying like Lou Elizondo was part of the legacy program and doing some crazy things and like he was like doing like he does like not counterintelligence and stuff like that. And it's just dude, I don't I kind of stayed away from it because it's like you don't know what to believe anymore. Everything that you see in reality on TV, on the internet is all summed up to maybe. You know what I mean? Everything is just maybe.
I also officially believe that David Grush was just a plant.
No, that's my
He
guy.
Nah, dude, that guy, he's done, dude. He's a plant. Like you would back a plant. That makes sense.
I'm not a Fed. I don't back the Feds, man. What are you talking about?
That's not what I heard. That's not what I heard.
All right. That's all the time we have left, guys. Thank you so much for listening to Back Society. This is Jay signing off.
This is us, baby.
This is C Money. Getting ready to fly
Hey,
back to
hey.
the States.
Are you really?
No.
Oh yeah.
Take it easy.